Hi, welcome to the Coastal Kitchen. I'm Karen Mashures and we're into summer. It's time for hamburgers. We're going to do the classic hamburger. We're going to make sweet potato fries, and I've got a surprise for you, an ice cream whoopie pie. So let's get started with the whoopie pies because they take a little bit of time. I've got shortening, half a cup of shortening. Just put it in your bowl. These are great in the summertime. Kids love them, and it's a great thing you can make with kids too because it's fun, it's easy, and doesn't take too long. It only takes about 10 minutes in the refrigerator. Okay, now the first thing we've got to do is beat our shortening for about 30 seconds. Want a good beat with speed up high. Okay, you can see it almost looks like satin. We're going to add our sugar. Got a cup of sugar. Got 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of baking soda. Just pop it all in and we're going to mix it good again. Okay, all mixed up. Now we're going to measure out 2/3 of a cup of unsweetened cocoa powder. That's one. And that's two. I'm just going to take a little whisk and mix it together. Want all of the flour and the cocoa powder to pick up the shortening at the same rate. All right, got that mixed up. And I'm going to keep that out here just a second. Now, our wet ingredients. I've got 1 1/4 cups of buttermilk. I'm going to put it in slowly. You can use sour milk if you want to. Take a little bit of vinegar, put with whole milk, and that'll give you some sour milk just like buttermilk. All right, we're going to put some vanilla in. Teaspoon. Got this all mixed up really nicely, and we're gonna take 1 egg. Okay, pop it right in. And that's all your wet ingredients. I'm going to slow my mixer down now, and we're going to take our flour and cocoa mix, and we're going to put a little bit in at a time. You might have to use a wooden spoon to finish it up because it does get really thick. All right. One little more. All right, got our last little bit. Let's put that in. All right, let's get that out of the way. I'm gonna grab my wooden spoon because I want to scrape down the sides of the bowl. Make sure everything is mixed up really well. And you can see what a thick batter this is. Hardly comes off the spoon, but they're really good. All right, now use a sheet pan, cookie pan, or I've got a whoopie pie pan, and it's a very shallow tin, and we're going to take about a tablespoon, rounded tablespoon, and put it right in the center of an ungreased pan. You've got enough batter to probably make about 16 to 20 whoopie pies, because they're small, they're individual bite-sized pies. And don't worry, they do come out of the pan very easily. Now these are going to go into a 350 oven for about 10 minutes. You'll start to smell them, and they're ready to come out right about 10 minutes. All right, let's pop these in the oven, 350 for 10 minutes. We're going to watch them close. I'm going to clean my little mess up. We're going to have a word from our sponsors, and we'll be back to finish up our whoopie pies.
The Coastal Kitchen would like to say thank you to our sponsors at Food Lion, your neighborhood grocery store. Swing by your local Food Lion today to find all the ingredients needed to make the meal featured on this week's show.
Okay, it's time to take out our whoopie pies. Let's get this out real fast. Oh, they look wonderful and they smell divine. Take a look. You can see how they've cracked on the top. That's what they're supposed to do. Now we're going to let these sit for about 2 minutes in the pan. Then we're going to transfer them to a wire cooling rack. So I'm going to get this right over here while we're waiting on that. I've made some a little bit ago, and you can put these in the freezer. This is a wonderful thing to be able to do. I take them and I put a piece of wax paper between each cookie and wrap it in saran wrap, and they're ready to go. You can keep these cookies up in the freezer for about 3 months if they're wrapped and put in an airtight container. Okay, I've got ice cream, and I'm going to cut about an inch block of vanilla ice cream. Now just remember, it's the way you like it. So if you like strawberry or cherry or butter pecan, you use the ice cream that really makes it what you want. I've got a cookie cutter, and I've measured my cookies, and I'm just going to put nice little round right on my flat side, and this makes about 2. So we've got that. Put this on top, and if you really want to do something fun, we made some strawberry freezer jam, and I took it out of my freezer. You can put a little tablespoon on top, teaspoon rather, little teaspoon on top. If you'd like to put some nuts inside, you can make your own ice cream sandwich sundae. Doesn't this look great? Now, these are going to get wrapped up, go back into the freezer until I'm ready for them, and we're going to go ahead and make our sweet potato fries. I've got everything set up over here. Let me wash my hands a minute. And we have got some sweet potatoes, nutritious and delicious. I'm going to take the ends off. They've been washed, and the option that you have is to either leave the skins on or you can remove the skins. I like to keep the skins on. I think that gives me a little bit more fiber. Okay, just cut it in half. You want to cut the size of your fries. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a little slice, about no more than ½ inch. And anything that doesn't work, just cut these right in half. One side has skin, one side is skinless. And I've already got some chopped up, so we only have to chop a little bit. This is very easy, very quick, and there are ways that you can make sweet potato fries to where they're completely fat-free. You don't have to use oil. You can just put your spices and season them after they come out of the oven. But we're going to use a little olive oil today. All right. These take about 30 minutes in the oven, and they're going to go in a 400-degree oven. So we've just about got enough chopped up. Let's get this one just a little thinner. Pop this in my bowl. And I've got about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and I'm just going to drizzle my olive oil right over the top. I'm not going to put my salt on them until they come out of the oven. So this is a hands thing. Want you to coat all of the fries. And we're going to put them on a cookie sheet that has been double wrapped in foil, because everybody knows how messy sweet potatoes can get. And we're going to try to avoid any harsh cleanup. That's the one thing about cooking that's fun to me, is finding ways that you don't have to do a whole lot of hard scrubbing afterwards. All right, I've got my pan. And we're going to lay them out. Don't want them really overlapping. And with 4 big sweet potatoes, you probably will need 2 pans. And as good as they are, you'll want 2 pans. Get a little bit of space between. You can also cut these in wedges. And I haven't tried it, but I bet you could make sweet potato chips too, just about this same way. All right, let me rinse these hands off. And they're gonna go 400 degrees, 30 minutes should be sufficient. Okay, got that done. We'll wait on those, but we're gonna make our classic hamburgers next. So join us in a few minutes after our word from our sponsors.
The Coastal Kitchen would like to say thank you to our sponsors at Food Lion, your neighborhood grocery store. Since 1957, Food Lion has been offering the highest quality products at low prices with great service. Swing by your local Food Lion today to find all the ingredients needed to make the meal featured on this week's show.
While our fries are cooking, we're gonna make our hamburgers. Now this is a classic hamburger, no frills. I've got my ground beef and sirloin in my pan. I'm gonna lightly salt it with kosher salt. I'm gonna do some fresh ground pepper, and I love my old pepper mill. Let's get some pepper. And it's mix it up with your hands. The one thing about hamburgers that you always want to remember is that you make them bigger than the bun because they always shrink up. And we're going to make sure that they fit those buns really nicely because it's no fun to eat bun and get no burger. All right, all mixed up. We're going to take a handful and I'm forming it into a ball. Want it to all meld together. Now I'm going to pat it out. Want all my edges together. And I'm going to make a little well in the center of the burger. I'm just pressing both sides so it's flatter in the center than on the edges because they always shrink up. And most people like to do their hamburgers on an outdoor grill. And if you're doing it on an outdoor grill, make sure that you've got a nice hot fire and keep the lid closed for about 10 minutes before you get ready to put the burger on and get it going. I'm doing mine here on my grill in the house because I'm the indoor griller. We're going to make a couple here. Your hamburgers are going to stay on your grill for between 4 and 6 minutes each side. If you want it medium, a little pink in the center, about 4 minutes after you turn them. And the one thing about a hamburger is you always want to make sure, don't press it down, don't squeeze those juices out, and don't turn it more than once. Because if you do, it'll cook unevenly. Okay, we've just about got 2 ready to go on. So let's put these in, pinch your sides together. And let's put them on the grill. Okay, I'm going to make up 2 more real quick. Then we're going to go to our blue cheeseburgers. Doesn't take too long. And this is enough for about 6 burgers. That's 6 big burgers. All right, got 2 more to go. I'm going to wash my hands just a sec because I want to put a little bit of salt and pepper on my burgers right now. A little bit more kosher salt and a little bit more pepper. Okay. Now, our blue cheeseburger, we're going to make just about the same way. We're going to do a little variation. I'm going to put about a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce on my meat. And this is regular hamburger. And I think I'll put just a little bit more. I love Worcestershire sauce. Okay. Let me grab my salt and pepper. Put some salt, kosher salt. Put a little bit of pepper. Just sprinkle about the amount that you think that you'd like, and then hands go in. Make sure you mix it around really well. And I can hear those burgers cooking right behind me. All right, what we're going to do here is we're going to make a thinner burger. I'm going to move that out of the way. And it's going to take 2 patties to make 1 burger. That's why it's a little bit thinner than our other burger. Just give it a nice squeeze. Okay, this is where your hands get messy and you get into everything. So let's get our blue cheese. A blue cheese burger. Make the nice well in the center. Take about a tablespoon of blue cheese, put it right in the middle of your meat, and let's pop this burger right on top. Now we're going to squeeze the sides together. Squeeze the center. And right on the grill. Okay, it's about ready time to take our fries out. Let's take a quick peek while these hamburgers are cooking. Gosh, they smell great. All right, take a peek. Let's get some of our salt, because I'm going to season these with regular kosher salt. And if you like, you can use any condiment that you like the flavor of. Steak pepper and salt. I even know a friend that likes to sprinkle a little brown sugar on hers. She likes them even sweeter than I do. Okay, let's take a look at this hamburger. Okay, it looks like they're just about ready to turn. I'm going to put my vent on real fast, get some of this smoke out of here, and let's do a quick flip. Look at those grill marks. Looks like it just came from outside. All right. The one thing I'm going to do too is, rather than steam my buns, I'm going to take a bun, grab a little plate, put a little bit of butter on each side, just give it a nice slather. One thing about a hamburger is you need to eat it right when it comes off of the grill. If you don't eat it when it comes right off the grill, put your hamburgers on one plate and your buns on the other. But we're going to grill these buns as soon as we take those hamburgers off. All right, it's time to take these burgers off. Let me grab a plate real fast. I'm going to put those right there, and I'm going to make a big flip on this one. Perfect. Okay, while that's cooking, I'm going to put our bun right over the top of the grill, and it shouldn't take but just a minute. Let me grab a a little bit of an easier way to get it off. My little tongs. Doesn't that look great? All right, put our hamburger. We're gonna wait for that one. Just gonna pop this right over here. And with our blue cheeseburger, I've got some onions all made up. Just cut it in rounds. Let's take a little bit of olive oil and slather a little bit on. You can do these in a frying pan or you can do these on the grill. I'm gonna do these in a frying pan. Doesn't take too long. And if you do use the grill, try a pan like this. Keeps them going through. All right. Put these right in. And I'm going to move this out of the way. It's hot, so get my little pads. And while that's cooking, I'm going to show you what I like to do. Of course, you've got ketchup, mustard, relish, and I like to take about a teaspoon of ketchup, a tablespoon of mayonnaise, and some dill pickle relish, about a half a teaspoon. Mix it all up together. Turns nice and pink, and it's my little special sauce to go on my burger. Let me turn those onions on. And this burger's just about ready to go. We'll be back in just a minute to assemble all of our burgers, have our whoopie pies, and of course our sweet potato fries.
The Coastal Kitchen would like to say thank you to our sponsors at Food Lion, your neighborhood grocery store. Swing by your local Food Lion today to find all the ingredients needed to make the meal featured on this week's show.
We're all done at the Coastal Kitchen. I've got a beautiful blue cheeseburger. I've put some of our caramelized onions on top with a little bit of blue cheese. Got our regular hamburger, and you can make it a cheeseburger anytime you want to. I like regular old good American cheese on mine. Make sure you put it on 2 minutes before it finishes on your grill. We've got our sweet potato fries, our ice cream whoopie pies. You might want to throw in a little bit of watermelon, and I hope you have a great time eating those hamburgers, because I know I am. See you next time at the Coastal Kitchen. Remember, you can find us on Facebook. Look for the Coastal Kitchen.